Mastering confined space entry. Only a trained and equipped Sentinel stands between the entrant and certain death. How will the competent person, who is fully trained in confined space entry operations and equipped with the necessary personal protective equipment, supervise and monitor the entire confined space entry process to ensure the safety of the entrants at all times? The competent person, fully trained in confined space entry operations and equipped with the necessary personal protective equipment, will supervise and monitor the entire confined space entry process through a multifaceted approach to ensure the safety of the entrants at all times. This will be achieved by adhering to the following protocols. Pre-entry planning and preparation. Before the confined space entry operation commences, the competent person will conduct a thorough risk assessment to identify potential hazards and develop a comprehensive plan to mitigate them. This will involve reviewing the confined space's atmospheric conditions, identifying potential hazards such as toxic substances, flammable gases, and oxygen deficiency, and developing a rescue plan in case of an emergency. The competent person will also ensure that all necessary permits and approvals are obtained, and that the confined space entry team is fully briefed on the planned operation, including the scope of work, potential hazards, and emergency procedures. Personal protective equipment, PPE, and safety gear. The competent person will ensure that the entrants are equipped with the necessary personal protective equipment, PPE, and safety gear, including respirators, gloves, safety glasses, and a hard hat. The competent person will also ensure that the PPE is properly fitted and worn correctly by the entrants throughout the operation. Air quality monitoring. The competent person will continuously monitor the air quality inside the confined space using portable gas detectors and/or other monitoring equipment. This will enable the competent person to identify potential hazards such as oxygen deficiency, toxic substances, or flammable gases, and take prompt action to mitigate the risks. Entry and exit procedures. The competent person will supervise the entrants during the entry and exit procedures, ensuring that they follow established protocols and safety guidelines. The competent person will also ensure that the entrants are properly attached to a lifeline or safety rope, and that the rescue equipment is readily available in case of an emergency. Real-time monitoring. Throughout the confined space entry operation, the competent person will continuously monitor the entrants in the confined space environment, using tools such as video cameras, two-way communication systems, and atmospheric monitoring equipment. This real-time monitoring will enable the competent person to quickly respond to any changes in the confined space environment or the entrance status. Emergency response planning. In the event of an emergency, the competent person will activate the rescue plan, which will involve summoning emergency services, coordinating rescue efforts, and providing first aid if necessary. The competent person will also ensure that the entrants are safely evacuated from the confined space and provided with medical attention if required. Debriefing and review. After the confined space entry operation is completed, the competent person will conduct a thorough debriefing and review of the operation, identifying areas for improvement and implementing corrective actions to enhance the safety of future confined space entry operations. By following these protocols, the competent person will ensure the safety of the entrants at all times, minimizing the risks associated with confined space entry operations.